If your world is full of...
Hey, everybody. Welcome back to another RSG lunch stream. I'm Ranger J 1999, your host and part of the RSG crew. Glad to have you guys here. Welcome. We are back into our normal mode of what we do here. And if you're new to the lunch stream, wondering what the hell this is where we kind of hang out with you guys for the next hour and a half. We're going to do a roster review like we always do. We're going to answer your questions. So if you have questions, pop those in the chat. The way it works, if you have a question, make sure you put question in front of your statement, but make sure the word question is in front of there, or we're not going to be able to scoop it up. It's just the way it works. But go ahead and get your questions in. As always, follow us on Twitch. If you have a Twitch account, follow us on there. We do have set up to where you can give bits. We've reached the plateau and marks that with the Twitch streaming, you can donate there and stuff now. Same thing with YouTube. We've got the super chat open. If you'd like to support us, you can become a Patreon sponsor. We got lots of cool stuff for our Patreon sponsors. So you can check all that stuff, subscribe, all that good stuff. So, so that's how it is. And this is lunch stream. We just hang out with you guys. We get something fun to listen to wherever you may be, whether you're watching us live or listening to us later on as a podcast. It doesn't matter on YouTube, wherever you may be listening to us, something fun to listen to while you're eating your lunch. And we're here to talk about Star Wars Galaxy Heroes. That's what we're here for. With that being said, let me introduce everybody that's here that I know of. We've got Grim the Mechanic.
Wasabi.
And we've got Mr. Xylo Takedown, the Son of Jedi himself. Who apparently doesn't know how to hit the mute button. Yeah, thanks.
Mute button was like...
Thanks, Silo. Yeah. Way to be on it, buddy.
So much.
Yeah, way to be on it. Yeah, thanks a lot.
About time for a new phone for sure.
So we're gonna do a roster review today. We'll do Q&A. We're gonna do my green arena, but I'll show you guys. The guy he didn't put any defense down whatsoever. So there's that. But I'll go there right now, and you can see in the Grand Arena, we go in here, we look at defense. It's just basically so yeah, not ideal. But all we have to do is win one, and I win. I could have won this Grand Arena, but ACS was more important this weekend, so I didn't complete my first round. Could have done it, but I just didn't. So I'll finish in the second, third, something like that. I'm not too worried about it. The charity was more important than Grand Arena, and focusing on that and the run and everything. So, and on that too, some things that we are working on for the channel. We are working on getting Facebook Live up and running. We are also working on getting that Facebook really up and going. We're going to have lots of videos and pictures on there for the game, from our events, things of that nature. So wait for that to come out. We'll definitely get that squared away. And then, so get your questions in. We'll do some Grand Arena. We'll do a roster review. No big whoop. Bring some coffee, grab your snacks. Let's rock and roll. Let's do this. Let's get into our roster review. And today we are doing, if I can find it, let me get there. Right.
Darth Allen 0885.
Yes. Let's see here. Linky Triforce. Yo. And Twitch.
Canada.
If one of you guys, Greg, can you watch Twitch? Are you able to watch?
Yeah, I'm on Twitch.
Yeah, okay. Watch Twitch, and I'll watch YouTube. Xylo, you don't do anything, so just sit there. So let me pull up the roster review.
Hello, can monitor The Apprentice.
No, how is my apprentice?
Yeah, he's doing good. He just had his lunch and he's hanging out watching the shows while I'm doing some cleaning, do some laundry and stuff.
That's right. He will do his cleanliness. All right, Darth Allen 0885. Got it. Should be up. Nope, it's not. Give me a second. Too many buttons. There we go. Awesome. Very good. All right, and he says, I'm basically looking for arena and rent out my roster help with territory war and raids and future farming. Well, we can do that. So currently right now he's running the Jedi Knight Revan team. Totally understandable. He's doing great in fleet for a 2.8 million GP roster. I like this a lot. I have transitioned over to the Darth Revan team. It's ridiculous how easy that is. I don't even have my best mods on my team, and I'm just flying up the charts. It's crazy. So I think today or tomorrow we're going to do a total remod. I'm trying to get Basila to gear 12 before we do that, so maybe a couple days, but because I can't put the best mods on. What's up?
He has a Gear 12 double Zeta Darth Revan.
No, it's not ready yet. I can tell you that right now. If we go look at his Sith Empire, I can tell you that it's probably not ready to run yet. You need all 3 Zetas. Come on, GG. Cooperate with
No,
me.
wait, he has 3
No, it's
Zetas.
3 Zetas. So let's look at his...
Got Darth Bastila at Gear 12.
Well, and then to note too, by now, I mean, like, you need the full investment on the team at this point. It's like 6 Zetas deep now, right? Like, full Ambassador Zeta, both HK Zetas. You need all.
He has a Gear 12 HK.
So, yeah, he could run... Well, he doesn't have the Zetas on Bastila or HK. He does need the one on HK. Loyalty to the Maker, or to the Master.
I hope you didn't.
Hey, Michael Sierra just donated 99 cents to Super Chat. Thank you for that. Very much appreciated.
Nice. Thank you for the donation.
And I'm glad to see Steam Labs is working. Oh my god. I was just waiting for Waddle to keep saying, I hope you didn't get it. Oh my god. Don't do that, Watto. I'm not in the mood for your crap today, buddy. So just do your thing, Watto. Show the people what they're doing, represent them, but don't be an asshat. So yeah, he needs some more Zetas on this team. The one on Bastila is not needed, but it's great.
It does
I did
that
it.
50%
It does.
potency.
And yeah, that's why I like it. But it's the one on HK is the one you want. I actually like both the ones on HK-47. Now I've got all the Zetas on the characters, so I could totally understand if you're going to round that out. But if we're going to run a team with him, with your Darth Revan, you've got those 3 ready to rock and roll, which I totally understand how much of a pain in the ass that is. You've got a lot of options you can go with, because I'm looking at your roster. You can go Thrawn Scion. You can go... I mean, what's the team you're running right now, Xylo?
I'm doing Thrawn as the 5th, yeah. But another good one for him might be like Traya and Scion, or Nihilus and Scion.
You could go Talzin and Zombie. I've seen that combination out there.
R2 and BB-8.
I've seen that. You know, there's a lot of different combinations. I personally like the Scion Thrawn combination. Scion just helps so much in that damn team because of his AoE cleanse debuff skull effect. I love it so much. Thrawn is such a great piece for that because he can swap turn meter or he can fracture right off the bat. Thrawn is one of the best characters in the game, hands down. If you're doing a top 5 and you don't have Thrawn in there, I don't know what to tell you. He is one of the most versatile pieces in the game. He is that damn good. I mean, so many different lineups you put Thrawn in, it just changes the whole dynamic of your team and just makes it to where he's just that damn good. I don't know what more to say than that's just how good he damn is. So,
yeah. I mean, he fractures that auto taunt or whatever the team comp is, right? If he fractures any of the taunters, it's basically like you can straight start focusing down Bastila or HK, whichever you like, and start chipping away the team.
Yeah, it's so good. It really is. So that's a team you can consider, but I know why you're still running Jedi Revan. I was doing the same thing until you get your team fully ready. He is just but
almost there though.
Yeah, you're almost there, brother. And I know you're going to transition out and get to that team, so not a problem there. You have to remod. I totally understand. Now for speeds, what do you like to run on the speeds on your Darth Revan team, Xylo?
Yeah, see, I made Darth Revan the fastest since he has the faster base speed, and like you can still beat a Jedi Knight Revan team with a couple speed less than a mirror match, or if you're even still, like both my Revans are modded over 300 speed, but preferably definitely Darth Revan. I mean, like you want the team going as fast as possible.
Yeah.
Especially Bastila, man.
Yeah, Bastila is going to get some love when I can get her to 12. She's going to get a lot of speed and
she
mods.
is the key to that team kicking butt. Whoever has the fastest fallen Bastila wins.
Well, you can have the fastest.
See, what I did too. Mm-hmm.
Like my Thrawn.
What I did was I made. Sorry, go ahead, Rick.
Well, I was saying my Thrawn's super fast. I just pump her speed from Thrawn. Like he's almost, I think he's 294 speed. I got to do a couple things with him, but I'll get him around 300 speed. Get my, I'll put high speed on Bastila. But even if they go first, if my Thrawn goes second, it's going to be right to Bastila. It's like game on. So
Yeah,
I have
exactly.
noticed that with Thrawn, the AI actually prioritizes giving that turn meter to Fallen Bastila.
Yeah.
It's impressive that the AI is choosing the correct character to give it to.
Yeah, and you
Well,
mean
I think it's also because the AI corrected, how like Mark's gonna go after, either Bastila or Thrawn first, right, on the opposing side. So it's kind of playing itself a little bit smarter defensively too, as well.
well, the thing I'll do too on offense too, if they get like if the Jedi Revan team I'm facing gets all their buffs off, I'll just give the Scion, wipe it out. Bastila goes next, then it's game over. So
Yeah, and if Nihilus is on the team too, he's just drain
oh
forcing
Christ,
away.
it's ridiculous. So we're gonna go start through here, and looking at your lineups here. We're gonna start with the bounty hunters and work our way down. So those are some of your things for your arena stuff. You're doing fine in shapes. You got milk. Don't worry about it. Bounty hunters are fine. You need some gear. You get taken to gear 11. Pick 3.
Yeah, I'd say Dengar Greedo.
Keep working on your Django, definitely. Get him to 7 stars. I'm really starting to like this lineup. I've got my Django 7 stars now. I am definitely going to start running Django as my lead because it makes my boss's speed like 290 something, and that's ridiculous. That means you cannot go in there with troopers. And now the team you want to run on there is a little bit differently. You want Boba Fett, you want Boss, you want Django, you also want Dengar, and you want Zam Wessel because the way the contract pays out, and I got this from Vencil, so shout out to Vencil and his knowledge of the bounty hunters is you want it's AOE hits, right, debuffs and stuff, and they all do that. So that's why you want that team like that. And once they get their contract out with Django lead, I think he gets immunity for two turns.
He gets you cannot kill him for 2 turns.
So I'm going to be gearing, after I finish Revan, I'm going back into the bounty hunters, and Dengar and Zam are getting some love. And I'm really loving Django's extra speed and stuff. So Vencil has really pushed me on that team because I think my boss's speed is like 264. You had 30. That's like, I think 294. That's ridiculous, and Django himself. So he's going to get some love. And so Zam and Dengar. I'm really liking that team. And I really like the team for Territory Wars. Now, if you don't have that team, your standard bounty hunter team is really good. Boss lead is phenomenal. And you can go with different combinations of bounty hunters. You want Boba Fett in there. With that team, Dengar is always a great choice because of what he does. Greedo's really good. IG-88's trash. Don't bother with him. Cad Bane's a really good choice, too, because of his stun mechanics and things that he can do. So there's a lot of different options.
I really like Embo, too.
Embo's really good.
It's like a truck, and he's a dispeller.
He's really good, too. There's just lots of different combinations that you can go with. But if I was going to pick my top 5, those would be the 5 I would go with right now. For Territory Wars, Green Arena, that kind of thing.
You can invest, with this roster too. You can definitely invest it a little more in the whole bounty hunter faction. Making 2 teams, it's so much more flexible.
Yeah, I agree. So that's bounty hunters, and this is a defensive team only, straight defensive team. You can go offense with it, but most of the time you're gonna see people use it for defense. So the next one is your first order team. This is another defensive team. There's 4 Zetas that are required for this team that you're going to need to run effectively in Territory Wars, and yours is nowhere close. You need the 2 on Kylo Ren and Mass, you need the 1 on Kylo, and you need the 1 on First Order Executioner. Now, I like to run Officer and First Order Stormtrooper on this team. It's a really great team. It's easy to beat in the sense if you have JTR, but it forces them to use a JTR. It's not like a scrub team, and I don't, it's a team that requires a good team to beat it. You can't go in there with something garbagey and beat this team, and if you give it turn meter, you're just basically screwing yourself. But it's a team for further on. It sets it up to where Executioners just Kassan Chop and everything. Kylos are doing their thing. Officer, all he does is he speeds up, so you want lots of speed on your Officer. And then First Order Stormtrooper, what they call assists and stuff. You want a lot of crit on this team because crit is what gives them turn meter. So that's one of the things you want to look at. But yeah, First Order Stormtrooper. Did I say Executioner? I apologize. Shiken, I meant First Order Stormtrooper. It's not Executioner, it's Stormtrooper. So the 2 Kylos with their Zetas and First Order Stormtrooper. My apologies. Thank you for the correction. But yeah, this is another defensive territory war team. Let's go. Imperial Troopers. This is one of your offensive hitting teams. Can take out a lot of stuff. Let's see how yours looks. Needs some work. Definitely needs some work. So you've got the stars. That's a good thing. You're going to want to work on Ranged Trooper eventually. He's such a great piece to add to the team with his call assist and protection. The main thing is you want speed, and more speed on Stark. Stark goes first, it's over because he speeds up the rest of the team. Lots of different combinations, but it's basically Veer Zeta with Stark, Death Trooper, Snow Trooper, and Shore Trooper. Your standard Imperial Trooper team can take out a lot of stuff. And if Stark goes first, and remember he's going to get 20 speed from Veers. So if you can get yours around 244, 45. Or above 250, 260, he's going to be able to outspeed a lot of teams. And if he goes first and does his, when you're using him on offense, rest of the team goes, it's over. Because Death Trooper goes, Snow Trooper starts rocking and rolling. Snow Trooper is ridiculous. I mean, he's doing AoE 30,000 on everybody. It's nasty. Especially once you get him to Gear 12 in the bayonet, he hits ridiculously hard. And they do all their call and assist. It's nasty. So this is a team you want to clear out a lot of teams. It's really good on offense. And it's also really effective in Phase 3. I get about 600,000 to 1 million damage with them in Phase 3 of the Heroic Sith Raid. And what you're doing with that team is you're just AoEing and killing all the sabers and constantly just beating the snot out of Traya. And you don't even need to stand alone. You can just sit there and do that easily, 600,000 to 1 million damage once you get them geared and rocking and rolling. Next team is, I am going to talk about the Ewoks. This is a truly offensive team. I see this team a lot on defense, Xylo. I know you can attest to this. This is not a team you want on defense. I'm sorry, it's not. It is too easy to counter and get past, and you're basically giving away points.
With just one character.
Yeah. Like last night I threw Jedi Knight Revan and Yoda in there and just pushed auto.
Yeah, I mean, it's a great team on offense. If you're controlling the Ewoks, they're really good. They can take out a lot of teams. Heavy gear dependent, heavy Zeta dependent to really make them really badass. But they're a really good offensive team. They don't do anything in the raid. Sorry, they just don't. They don't have the damage. But yeah, the Ewoks for offense. So you can watch Urzatron's stream last night on a turn meter loaded Thrawn, Palpatine, Vader team. They went in there and just wrecked them. So that gives you an idea of like what these guys can do on offense. They're really good. But you do not want to leave these on defense on territory wars because all it takes is a Zeta badass nest or a Rex Swamp to go in there and you're just giving away extra points that you don't need to be giving away. So keep these guys for offense, especially in territory wars. So it's a team that you can use for like those lower trash teams, especially that you're like, dummy, let me just get a free win here, 60 banners. So all right, we did First Order, Imperial Troopers. Your Jedi already look great. I don't need to discuss this. Now, your Jedi team for territory wars is up to your guild. Some people will put their Jedi Knight Revans on defense. Some save them for offense. I'm sure you already know this. The one thing that I will caveat is we'll go to the raid is that for the raid, the lineup that I use, and I get a ton of damage with this team, is Jedi Knight Revan, Jolie, Hermit Yoda, Grandmaster Yoda, and Bastila. You do not need General Kenobi in that team. You will live all the way through in Rage, and you can go past it because of just what they do. You don't have to worry about getting rid of the skulls. You're just constantly pumping turn meter into Grandmaster Yoda, and you're using Jedi Knight Revan's turn meter swap with Bastila so she can keep getting the buffs on Grandmaster Yoda. Grandmaster Yoda is the one that's going in there and constantly doing 110, 120, 130,000 K hits. It's ridiculous. And then Hermit Yoda, keeps the team alive, and with his buff, they're just doing so much damage. I mean, what's the highest you've ever done with that team on Phase 2, Xylo? Xylo takedown? The Stoner Jedi?
Sorry, mute button. Tap to speak is so awesome. Like 14 million, and that's like starting in like the last couple percent of like Phase 1. So it's like kind of pushing that extra damage and giving you a couple extra turns going into Phase 2.
Yeah, so really good team. So this is a great team for counters on Territory War offense, Grand Arena. It's a great team on defense for Territory Wars, Grand Arena. You have to kind of look at your opponent, see what you're facing, and for Territory Wars, your guild will make that decision. Some people will put a zone of Jedi Knight Revan down and then keep the other 25 for offense just in case, right? I see a lot of guilds do that. In Territory or in Grand Arena, the kind of rule of thumb is you want to look at your opponent, see what they have and what they don't have. And if they don't have Jedi Knight Revan or Darth Revan, you're putting that down because it's going to make their life miserable. It can be beat, but man, if they don't have that, they're probably already screwed already. And so what you put down the rest of the time is immaterial. Plus, it's going to cost them to use one of their top echelon teams. So it's a cascade effect where you run out of crap quick to take on some of those Karth and Bounty Hunter teams and stuff of that nature, and it'll come back and bite you in the ass. So that's why it's really good in so many facets.
And another thing too, real quick. I mean, like when you're thinking like offensive and defensive strategies for like Territory Wars or Grand Arena, like Darth Revan is the top dog now, right? So like if either one of the Revans is going on defense, it should be Darth Revan. Because, you know, with Jedi Knight Revan's going on 8-9 months now, right? Almost a year. I mean, like, people know how to face him. So it's like, if you put Jedi Knight Revan down on defense and he doesn't have your best mods, you know what I mean? Like, you're kind of crippling your own defense and, you know, kind of going in a little more shorthanded on offense without stretching that Jedi faction.
Yeah. So good point. Next team is Nightsisters. Nightsisters is a great team. I see combinations used on defense in Territory Wars and Grand Arena. One team that I'm working on and I'm farming is adding Spirit into the mix. A lot of teams you'll see on defense consist of either a Xeris or a Nest on defense for the Nightsisters. Now, the one that I've seen hold pretty damn well in the pain in the ass is with Spirit, because Spirit just makes that team really nasty. Now, for the raid, it's going to be different. You know, those combinations you can use Grand Arena Territory Wars. Raid's different. You're going Asajj, Mother Talzin, Talia, Zombie, and you're going Old Daka. It's the best way you're going to score the most points. And I see you've got the Zetas on Asajj and Talzin, at least on her Plague Bearer. Really good combination to use for Phase 4 of the Sith raid. So really what Darth Allen, what I'm saying to you is you got all the teams you need for really all the phases. I'm sure if I go to Resistance, I'll see that. So this is a team in Phase 4 you'll use. Now, some people like Nightsisters on offense, totally fine. I know Finn likes to use Talzin with Plague on offense, which is totally fine too. So it's multifaceted in what you want to do. You can use it on defense. However, a true Nightsister team without Spirit is easy to beat with a lot of teams. That's why you see people use Xeris or a Nest on that team to hold. So just give you some ideas. And then
talking out loud too, just talking out loud, like Urza uses Mother Talzin under Rex team, right? Like,
yeah, you can do
that old arena team, right? So if you have invested as much as you can, like Gear 12 initiate, or not initiate, but Acolyte, and Gear 11, Gear 12 Spirit, I've been thinking about trying to run something without Mother Talzin and running both Spirit and an Acolyte in the same team under an Asajj lead. Oh man, I can just see that being really annoying.
Yeah. Next group is Rebels. I mean, this is a team that you kind of do for Chex Mix Phase 3. The 3 being Han, CLS, Chewbacca. I use 3PO. I don't use 3PO in Phase 3. Don't use 3PO in Phase 3 anymore, the Heroic Sith Raid. He is better on a Resistance team, which we'll cover when we get to Resistance. This team is dynamite on offense. You do not want to leave this team on defense. You're just wasting a free win, because the combination of CLS, Han, and Chewie, and you can go. I've seen people start to use Chirrut and Baze now. Doesn't really matter. I mean, you can go 3PO on that team with old Ben. I mean, R2 I primarily use on the JTR team, and I use C3PO on this team. I'll use 3PO with the CLS combination, and the team that I use for wins is CLS, Chewbacca, Han, C3PO, and Baze. And it's a free win. It's such a disgustingly offensive powerhouse. It's crazy what this team can do. 3PO is a madman. Once you get his Zetas on him, he's ridiculous. You can use him in your Resistance team. You can use him on your Rebels team. Now, for the raid, you can use the CLS with the Chex Mix, and that's a combination of CLS, Han Solo, Chewbacca. I use Death Trooper and Chirrut. and get my damage that way, right? Let's look at resistance, because resistance is where I'll use my 3PO for the raid. Now for me on resistance for Territory Wars Grand Arena, my arena, I use JTR with JTR, R2, BB-8, Holdo, and Scav Ray. Don't have any problems with it. They're all gear 12. They're maxed out. It's an easy win. However, when I do the heroic Sith raid, it's JTR, R2, D2, BB-8, Finn, and Resistance Trooper. I'm sorry, not R2, C-3PO, Finn, and Resistance Trooper. And that team will get you 6 million to 8 million easily. And what's the highest you've gotten with that team in Phase 1, Xylo?
With the Finn team, I've done a little under 8 million right now, but my Finn is gear 11, and
Same.
I mean his max damage was like 160, 170. So I think a little more gear on him will be a good investment, just to see how much more that damage will ramp up. And being that character that can ramp up damage like that, and the fact that he's a leader of his own, I think it has some potential for him to even become one of those characters like Master Wampa that can go in a 1 or 2 man team and take out a full man like Ewok team or a Phoenix team even. So that would be exciting to see.
Yeah, but this team on offense, and you can use different combinations however you want, but it's always JTR and BB-8, and then whatever resistance you want to use. But this is your crew counter. I always use it for crew counter. I don't mess around. You can use it for other things. It can take out bounty hunters, things of that nature. But when I say crew, I don't even mess around. JTR is always assigned a crew. Easy win, 60 banners, get in, get out, done, right? Circumstances may dictate different use of the team, but you know, this is a team that is definitely offense. Never want to set this on defense ever. Next team is Sith. Let's look at your Sith, and then I want to look at your Scoundrel. Sith look fine. You've got the Darth Revan team. I always run. The team that I eventually wanted to use and it'll be for offense will be the Darth Revan with Trooper, maybe an Assassin as a complete team that I use for offense in Territory Wars Grand Arena, because I want to keep the Triumvirate together, because that team by itself is really nasty with Nyla, Scion, and Traya. Another team that I like to use separate from that is Palpatine, Vader, and Tarkin, Pilot, and Royal Guard. It's a really good team that I keep. So those are some of the combinations I use with Sith, but you can mix and match them. I mean, that there's such a diverse team that you can use them in so many different ways. I mean, I've seen people use Fallen Bastila with the Emperor Palpatine Traya combination, Triumphant. So you can mix and match, especially if you don't have Darth Revan. If you have Fallen Bastila, she's phenomenally good under a Traya leadership team. She's also phenomenally good with the Emperor Palpatine team. So that gives you some ideas of things that you can kind of mix and match. So my ideal team is to have Darth Revan with the Sith Empire, and then have my Triumvirate with standard team as well. So there's a lot of stuff that you can do with that. Filters, we're looking. I think the last thing I want to look at is your Scoundrels. Scoundrels are fantastic teams to lay down on defense. Why do I say that? Because they regenerate health, they regenerate protection. Bounty hunters by themselves do that. Lots of different ways. I would definitely get your Empress Nest to gear 12, get the Zeta on her, and get the bayonets on her. She is ridiculous. There are some teams on Scoundrels that are great on defense. I am running the Karth team with Canderous, Juhani, Zalbar Mission. It is nasty on defense. I love it a lot. It does take a lot of gear. Mine are all gear 11, gear 12. I've got a couple Zetas. So I've got the Karth Zeta. I've got the Mission Zeta. I am going to do the Zeta on Zalbar and make that team really, really rock and roll and finish up. I think Canderous needs 2 pieces. Johnny needs like a few, and so does Karth. Get them to gear 12 and leave them on defense. Another team that I'm considering doing is the Kira team, but not your standard team. It'll be Kira, L3, Vandor, Young Han, Lando, just to have it there. But that's something I'm working for further down the line. But these are teams that you can put on defense and put them down and forget about it. I really like these teams on defense because the AI plays them right and they regenerate health and protection. You have to use really solid teams to beat them. If you don't use solid teams to beat them, then you're basically setting yourself up for failure. And I've had my teams hold where I think my one team had 4 defenses and stuff. I'll have to go back and look, but it's ridiculous how good these guys are. So that's kind of an idea of your roster and where you can kind of use different things. Those are the big pieces. I'm very impressed with your roster. For 2.8 million, I think you're doing a fantastic job. I think you are in such a great spot.
Very little fluff.
No, there's no fluff on this team. Very focused, very much on point. I think you've done a fantastic job. For you guys that are lower tiered in GP and you want an idea of what you need to work on and stuff, look at Darth Allen's roster. This is what you want to do. Not a lot of fluff. He's focused on the teams and gear and Zetas and stuff that he needs. I mean, he would be a nightmare to face on at that level, 2.8 million GP. For anybody, because he's got Darth Revan, Jedi Knight Revan, he's got all these other teams. He doesn't have any other crap that he's working on. So, there's not a lot of fluff. So it's a very lean, focused account, and this is what you want to do. But that gives you some ideas for Territory Wars, Darth Allen, some Grand Arena, and the raid teams that you can be using to get the maximum score in Heroic Sith Raid. This will really help you out. Now, if you have questions about your roster, things that we brought up, all you need to do is just message us in Discord. I encourage everybody that's watching us right now to make sure that you are in a Discord. You can reach out to us directly. You have a general chat where people just are willing to help anybody that asks a question. We hardly ever get to questions in general chat because a lot of times what happens is the damn community's got 20 responses before we can even respond. But if there's something we brought up specifically that you want us to cover, just message us directly. Me, Finity, it doesn't matter. And if you would like a roster review, the way it works is all you need to do is send your GG page to us, and by us I mean Finity, in the Discord. Send your GG page what you want initially. Make sure he responds back. If he doesn't respond back in 24 hours, then message him again saying, hey, am I good to go? That kind of thing. Once he responds, you'll be locked in. When we get closer, it's about 3 to 4 weeks before your roster pops up. If anything's changed and you want final things that you want us to look at, then by all means, let us know ahead of time. He's going to pick a day, let you know when we're doing it, so you can watch us. So you can watch the stream live. So, all right, that's our roster review for today. Glad to have you, Darth Allen, in Force Canada. Shout out to your guild, Force Canada. Glad to have you guys part of the community, and I hope that's
the guild that Warrior's new account is in.
Oh, really?
I do.
Nice.
He's got some. He's got some nice friends in that guild that he can ally with. And look, everybody, it's Grandy Pappy Patron.
Mm-hmm.
And he's not on camera.
What's up?
He's being shy today.
Mm-hmm.
What's going on with you, Grande?
Not much, man. Yeah, it sure is. Scissor Man. Here it is. His alt is called Scissor Man.
Mm-hmm.
And he has it right here. So yeah, absolutely. That is. So he's in with a great group of guys right there. Just solid labor, my friend. You know how it is.
Yep.
Work of an American gigolo is never done.
Well, when you find one, let me know so I can ask him what it's like.
I am one. I just
No,
have
you're
one
not.
client though. I do.
That's not what a gigolo is. That's not what this means.
I'm
That's not what.
telling you,
That's not what this
one
means.
client.
No, no, that's not.
That's not how gigolos work.
That's not how any of this works.
I got to tell you, I have one lady. She's just monopolizing my time, guys.
Sure, that's wrong. That's called marriage.
That's not how the pickle works.
Jesus, Grande. No, Grande. You're not going to spread your lies today. Not today. Not today, buddy. So, all right. So we're getting questions coming in. Let's look at Grand Arena real quick. This won't take long because my opponent didn't do anything.
Okay.
So it's basically one of those teams where it's like, so up top it's Thrawn JTR CLS Darth Revan R2. I'm sorry, Jedi Knight Revan JTR CLS Darth Revan R2, and then the next team is Thrawn, Jin, 3PO, Boba Fett, Bosk. And then in the south, we've got.
That's a really weird team.
It's just these,
That's an auto-assigned team.
Mm-hmm.
Those are auto-assigned teams.
And then the other one is Hermit Yoda, Jolie, Bastila, BB-8, Chewbacca.
Oh my god.
And then the other one is Palpatine, Hermit Yoda, Darth Sion, Visas Mar, and Han Solo Mibuki.
Double, yeah. So I think the most important one to take out is the double Revan team, I guess.
David Grimm, I'm looking at... Someone talked to the real Shadow Veil. He's all alone in Twitch. Someone keep him company.
Aw.
Oh,
It's
I'm
okay.
sorry.
I'll just join here.
he's right here.
Oh,
He
there
can
you
read
are.
before
Okay,
he's
there you
talking.
go. Yeah, see,
What's up, brother? How
what's
you
going
doing?
on, Shadow?
Good. How are you guys?
How are things in the clean world?
Yeah, clean for like a week. Just a week now since that damn chemical spill or whatever we had over here.
Oh no.
Well, just give Grande some time. I'm sure he'll come up with something for you. Just give him a chance. He'll screw up something. Jeez.
Hey, can we go back and appreciate the fact that somebody actually double Zeta Gen? I've never seen that.
It's a rare beast, isn't it?
Yeah, the not stunned Zeta. It's kind of.
Let me look.
Yeah. You got a
Yep, double Zeta Gen. Yep.
So I guess we're going after the.
What do we attack? I mean, what
I
do
guess
we
we're
want
going
to do
after
here?
we're going after that team first, right? The
Revan team.
Revan team.
We can do that. Let me.
What do you want to throw against it?
I mean, you want to just use my Jedi Knight Revan team? I mean,
Sure.
Did you put Darth Revan on defense?
You don't.
No,
even, you could even
I
save
have my Darth.
Bastila
I have
off
my
the
Darth.
team,
I have
probably.
Darth Revan for.
You can even save Bastila off the team. Just search by Jedi, and then.
Well, we only need one victory and it's over. So I mean, it's you know.
Well,
Uh,
show me Jedi. I feel like Siri. Hey Ranger, show me Jedi.
Hey, Slab Meathead is now following us. Thank you very much, Slab, on Twitch. Very much thank you
Awesome.
for following.
Hey, and we just got a donation here from Stephen Allen. Thanks for the Rust review. Greatly appreciated. You are most welcome, man.
Absolutely, brother.
And if you have any follow-up questions, just hit us up in Discord, man. We're more than willing to help you out with some follow-up questions if we didn't quite catch everything. I would
if you
honestly
missed any
take
question,
Bastila. I would take
link.
Bastila out of this team. I'm just saying, and I would put in.
Yeah,
also,
Hermit Yoda.
hope you didn't.
nope,
kill
I'd leave Hermit Yoda out of this team too. I'd run something like
Huh?
Anakin, or I'd run like a
Plo
second
Koon.
healer or something.
What do you think, Shadow?
Yeah, I mean, Plo Koon or Anakin's fine.
All right, I'll put Anakin
Just
in.
I'd
on
run-
offense.
Yeah, that way you've got what's her name in case you need her for later. Stream is cutting out. I agree, it is cutting out. I don't know what's
it's
going on.
buffering.
Is it?
Yeah, a little bit.
Let me make sure everything is coherent. It says the health is good. I'm looking.
Might be just on YouTube side. Let's see.
Yeah, it could be YouTube side because I'm not.
Ranger broke the YouTube.
No,
Right.
it's same in Twitch also. I'm getting the buffering.
Twitch is always buffering.
I can't wait until we can change resolutions on our stream.
I'm looking. I'm not seeing anything. It's not on my end. That's weird.
Might be a hop between you and the restream.
I don't know what's going on. I'm not sure what's going on. Let me check a couple things here, but should be fine. Just refresh your
Yeah,
stuff,
blame
guys.
Finn.
Well, I mean, yeah, that goes without saying.
Well, let me get Joe's opinion on something while Ranger's working on that.
Okay.
I need my next Zeta suggestion
Okay, what are our
Basically-
choices? Oh, I'm just gonna go search for your roster.
Yeah, do it.
Well, I was
What do
thinking.
you? What do you? Mhm.
I was thinking maybe Daka to finish out my Nightsisters. I guess put the Zeta back on her. Maybe Stormtrooper Han for another 3v3 defensive team.
Well, we just have one Zeta on CLS. You might consider his leader.
Yeah, I was thinking that also. See, I was trying to either finish up Palpatine and Vader with their seconds, or maybe CLS.
I don't really
This
like
is-
the Vader one that much. Just saying.
Oh, no?
Vader
Well,
one-
does it
his
is
leader
does
is-
the unique make him immune to stagger?
It makes him immune to turn meter reduction.
Yeah, but stagger. If you hit stagger, the debuff, it reduces turn meter. So would it just nullify that?
And he,
I don't.
I don't know. I'm not really a big fan of that Vader Zeta, by the way.
Something
Yeah,
is
that's
being
like a
funky.
very
I'm not
stretched
seeing it
one.
on.
I'm really liking the one you've got on. I'm looking at your whole roster here.
Yeah, Stormtrooper Han's kind of like super end game, right? Like unless you've got like a lot of scoundrels and you're trying to make more depth with
Not
scoundrels.
excited about Stormtrooper. I have that Daka Zeta. I'm not super excited about it.
Well, it does
No.
make her more survivable, and people do chase after her first,
I don't
right?
disagree with you. It's just kind of like, but
I
it's
do like the recommendation for CLS lead because I have both uniques, and I've been thinking about doing his lead myself for a while, but I've also been thinking about doing Daka, so it's kind of relatable. I do like that turn meter
I'm
game
also
from
going to tell you,
CLS
I have
lead.
IPD Zeta, and I actually like that Zeta a lot. It makes it to where they can't gain buffs. So IPD,
Yeah,
That's a good
IPD
one.
is one I would look at.
it's like Dengar's like stealth ability, right? Like he stealths, and he's the only one who can stealth.
There's a couple other Zetas in like Grand Arena stuff like.
I'm rolling through his roster though, and
They
the only
have
two I
it.
can see that the only two I'm looking at is IPD and CLS lead. I'll throw it
Yeah,
in.
everything else is just kind of like nice. To
I mean,
have.
I mean, let's be
I
real
would
here.
do
You've got a
CLS
really great.
though.
You got a great.
Right.
You got a great. Great roster. Of course, we already knew that.
I really like CLS lead
That's
recommendation
just. I
though,
do
because
it
like
in. I
the
do it in
turn meter
Skype
game.
chat. That way, everybody can see it in Skype. I mean, in Zoom chat, so everybody could see it. But it's pretty. He's pretty OP, guys.
Well, I'm not sure what's happening. It should be okay now. Let me know how it
It's
looks.
a little fuzzy on my end. It's much better on. It's much better on Twitch right now. Just gonna throw that out there.
All right,
Yeah.
refresh
yeah,
YouTube. Let me know
Twitch.
what it's doing.
All
I'm
right,
just
let me
trying to-
refresh YouTube and see if it gets better.
Oh, it looks like YouTube cleared up also, just a little bit.
Maybe it did, and I just had it all kinds of screwy. But now I got an ad. Hold on.
Yeah, because I was also trying to figure out if I wanted to finish out my.
Yeah, it looks great now on both
Okay.
of them.
If I wanted
That's
to finish
weird.
out my.
I think we're just having some feed issues.
Kira team
Oh, your Kira team.
with
What-
young
let's-
Lando and young Han.
Man,
That's so
you know,
weird. All right,
I see those. I just the young Lando, the young Han one. I'm sorry, the young Lando one. Someone told me he's really good. Let's go read his Zeta.
Young Lando Zeta is actually
Yeah.
really good. It
Let's
makes
go
the
read.
red-
Let's go read that
Clash.
Zeta. Somebody said that like really made the team.
Clash. Yeah, Clash from DOE, Defenders of Endor.
Let's go. Let's
He-
go
he
look at that
uses-
Zeta.
He,
That's that
he made
perfect
that
timing.
he made that video with young Lando beating Jedi Knight Revan under Clone Wars.
At another
Chewbacca.
50% chance for so yes, if young so here's what it reads. So if young Lando Calrissian is buffed, he has 15% critical chance and 15% critical damage. Additionally, if young Lando is prepared, he has plus 15% critical chance and plus 15% critical damage. At the start of his turn, young Lando Calrissian's turn, he has a 40% chance to become prepared. Additionally, for each debuffed enemy, he has a 50% chance to become prepared. That's the portion it adds, that additional 50% chance. But he always becomes
Whoa.
prepared.
It pretty much guarantees that Lando will always be prepared.
Guarantees a prepared.
Well, looking at his roster again overall, Shadowvale, like you have all the separatist droids up to gear 12, but no Zetas on them, right? Why not do the leader on Grievous?
That's a good point.
Yeah, see, I was gonna.
That's a good one.
That's what I was trying to do. Is like, should I finish out a team and then go to the next team, or just piecemeal it?
Well, I'm working on the Grievous team right now, and I'm not even anywhere near as in depth as you are, and I would definitely invest that Grievous lead and then maybe B1.
Oh,
I mean, even at 4 stars, putting that extra 50 stacks on him and Droideka and him both being 4 stars, the team is still amazing.
I'd agree with Xylo here, man. All your droids are at least gear 11, man. You would benefit from Grievous.
Well, that, and he's got Grievous, B2, and Magna Guard gear 12, right?
Yeah.
So you can, there's some extra mods on there if you want to slice up some 60 mods for him and put the Zeta on his lead, then you can kind of leave the team B until you want to come back to it.
All right.
Yeah, I had 60 on Grievous, but I used some of them for my Darth Revan team.
So how did you mod your B2 Super Battle Droid?
Let me see. Sorry, Ranger.
It's all right. I'm getting things. I'll make sure the stream's not
Yeah,
buffering.
did I see a keyboard
full-
fly across the screen there a minute ago?
No, that's the
Ranger?
laptop. I'm doing multiple things at once, guys. So bear with me.
I have B2 full potency.
Full potency? Okay, so like what's the cross primary stat?
Potency.
Potency? So maybe try and like load him up with potency and tenacity, and then you can slice up whatever cross you want to put for him for potency. I like
right
tenacity.
Right now I have him at 129.15% potency, and
Yeah, that's
tenacity
nice.
73.44.
Okay, yeah, so you got a little bit of both there, and then slicing up that cross, give him a little extra potency, and depending on the tenacity secondary on that cross, you can get some really good stats on him there, and then that'd be really all you need for the team. Speed up Magna Guard a little bit.
Yeah.
All right. So we're back to what I'm doing. So give me a second here. I'm trying to.
Well, since we're on the thing about Zetas, quick question. Even though I don't have Darth Revan, should I Zeta HK in preparation?
No.
Nah, you don't need his Zetas until you get Darth Revan. I mean, like, I do like his self-reconstruction Zeta for the damage, but again, you're not going to use him unless it's with Darth Revan. Like, his leadership's really lackluster now for the droids, and you're going to use your droids everywhere else.
Well, I mean, I should be getting Darth Revan in his second run, so that's why I was asking.
I mean, you can get him up to gear 11 and Fallen Bastila and maybe make like a Sith Empire, Sith hodgepodge team, but you're not going to use HK that much unless it's with Revan.
All right. We should be good to go. It looks fine now on everything I'm seeing.
Everything's fine here. How are you?
How are you?
But one thing I would recommend, Grim, is the Zeta on Fallen Bastila. Like, if you put that on her real soon, like, you can just do EP lead, Fallen Bastila, and the Triumvirate, and you can climb the first every day.
Yeah, I already have the Zeta on Bastila.
Nice.
I was one of the people that was like, "Oh, does anybody have Fallen Bastila Zeta?" And everybody's like, "Oh, no." I'm all, "Well, now somebody does." Zeta.
Well, I mean, like, the Foresight was kind of lackluster, but Foresight and 50% potency, yeah, you got me there.
All right.
The Foresight was nice just by itself for a while until they reworked her. It, it made her last longer.
All right. We're going into battle with Jedi Knight Revan, Grandmaster Yoda, Jolie, General Kenobi, and Anakin, Chosen One Skywalker.
Uh-oh.
All right, we're going to go right after their Revan, I guess. This is such an odd combination. Yeah, let's just get this out of the way.
Proper catch. Oh, my.
What did Proper Catch say?
Oh, yeah. Do we want to talk about the puzzle that was solved last night?
Yeah, a little bit of a...
Was it fully solved?
It's not fully solved yet. But
yeah, they're still on about the handkerchief and the bees and all this junk, right? Isn't that what it is? I mean, like they've already confirmed that it's Malik, but like they haven't confirmed the end of it. I don't know.
Well, there's
It's kind of
the thing is,
anticlimactic.
it led to a picture of Darth Malik on the Starforge, but also inside that Darth Malik picture is a bunch of clues. There's like Morse code hidden in the lightsaber blade, and then there's 2 different colored boxes in the bottom left and bottom right hand corners of it. That what was the clue that Crumb posted for that of like all some people see colors as
Words.
It's Malik.
So
Yeah. We know it's Malik, but there's probably
there's something
more
else to it.
stuff.
I guess we're not just getting Malik, we're getting something else along with him. Actually, Chewie, he was on the Starforge. The background picture is of the bridge of Starforge. If you played the original
Yeah, like
KOTOR?
the final boss fight. Yeah.
Yeah, where he's hopping around all over the place, you get a good look at that.
Well, we'll have to see what happens. All right, next team is the Thrawn, Jin, 3PO, Boba Fett, boss team. And then in the south, we've got those other 2 teams. Then we've got the Palpatine, Yoda, Scion vs. Martyr, Han Solo, and then we've got the Grandmaster Yoda, Jolee, Basla, BB-8, and Chewbacca. What is this being on this
Chupa
thing?
Lanolia?
Oh, his mods are awful. I can go in here with my Darth Revan team and wreck. Let's do a Darth Revan team. Why not?
Here comes the money.
No, that's
I love
not.
that. So
That is
funny.
Urza's.
It's so funny.
Do we want to go Sith Trooper? Who else here? I've got Darth Revan, Darth Basila, HK-47, and Sith Trooper. We want to add anything?
Stats.
Hmm?
Yeah. Oh, and actually, I like the 4. Yeah, the 4 should be good for an extra banner.
I don't care about banners. I want to just run full teams because he's not going to be
We'll
able to attack me.
showcase the power, and even though they're a little under geared, they're still amazing. You know what I mean?
You could do an EP lead and show us the unlimited power of
Yeah.
dark side.
All right, so you said Sith Assassin?
Yeah, like a full Sith Empire team. Yeah, Sith Assassin
sure.
will just take off with that team.
All right. Well, Thrawn, oh my God. It's over. It's over. It's over. It's over. It's already over. It just started. It's already over. I mean, this is not even. This is. Oh my God. Oh my God. Oh God. Oh my God. Oh my God.
Kenny the Jet Smith said it great. It's over, ladies and gentlemen.
It's over.
It's over.
Grab your coats. It's over. Well, that was an easy win. Oh my God. Oh my God. Oh, I just wonder what'll be in the back line. Let's see here. Okay, so an interesting lineup. Jesus Christ. Asajj with Veers, Stark, Vader, and Sabine. And then somehow it managed to not on. It's the Phoenix team, but with Ezra lead, who doesn't have. It's Ezra, Hera, Kanan, Zeb with Qui-Gon Jinn. I guess they didn't want the Qui-Gon Jinn on the Asajj team, and vice versa with Sabine. So, yeah. Oh no!
Watch out for that armor shred.
I mean, we got to be careful here, So. We're going to get the questions here, so guys, get your questions in. I'm just going to do maybe 1 or 2 more matches. This is a done deal. For fun, what do we want to run here against this Palpatine team or this Yoda team? The silence is stifling.
What teams are they? Because all I see is your face on Zoom.
I can't share my screen because I have the Zoom camera up. All right, let me.
Oh, hold on.
Let me. Okay, guys, well, I'm going to disappear for a second because these guys have to see my screen. There we go. There, now you can see it. This is what I'm facing.
Do the triumvirate against that Scion EP team.
So we want to go Treya, Nihilus, Scion. What else would you like?
You can pick your 2 Sith, really. I mean, it's up to you. I mean, save EP and Vader for another team if you want to, or just throw
We'll
them
go
in
Maul
there,
Dooku. Why not?
There you go.
Oh,
Yeah,
God.
that works just fine.
All right, here we go against another thing. Oh no, they stunned Dooku. Oh no, oh no. We're gonna kill Palpatine first. We're gonna isolate and put some protection back on Dooku.
We already run through the questions today?
We're getting ready to. I wanted to do a couple matches of Green Arena while the questions build up, and then
Gotcha.
we'll rock and roll. Oh, Visa's brought old Palpatine back, hey? I want to do this. It's over. That's kind of like anticlimactic.
I just found an interesting bug with fleets. If you have Boba Fett alongside the Ebon Hawk, the AI will bring out Boba Fett and then will stop bringing out reinforcements completely.
Oh, really?
Yep.
Oh, that's strange. What capital ship are you running?
All right. Well, we've
That
won
was with
Grand
Chimera.
Arena. There we go. So there is again overkill. It's over. I've got so many teams left that I can go through. He's not going to be able to attack me at all. So there you go. Free win for Ranger. Jesus. I may go back and clean up later, but it's not even worth showing because it's not even fair. So, but let's get to questions. I'm going to check Twitch first, and then I'm going to check. See if there's any in Twitch. That's not what I want.
I think I was the only Twitch question. I was about to say that.
Okay, so you don't even have to. Don't even have to look. All right. A lot on YouTube. So let's start getting to them. Question: When is the Finn versus Ranger Jello wrestling match happening? Not until Cora agrees that she will wrestle me afterwards. I'm not just going to beat the crap out of Finn if I'm getting no reward
Next
for it.
charity event.
No, Grim. There's no.
Because people will pay to watch that.
I'm not. I don't care. And unless I'm getting a match with Cora afterwards, I'm not doing it. So, there's got to be some incentive for me. Beating the crap out of Finn is not an incentive.
Winner faces Cora.
Mm-hmm. And if there's no incentive for Finn, he's just going to try to run away, and then eventually I'll get a hold of him, and then I'll just beat the snot out of him. Then what? What have I really won? Nothing. Hellenix, I didn't have the opportunity to thank you guys for your charity work on your first show back from Disney yesterday. Thank you, RSG crew. May the force be with you. Well, thank you for that, Hellenix. It was a awesome event. We raised a ton of money, and we are glad to be back. My ankle is starting to look normal again. So, poor wife has just been constantly getting me ice, and she's got some of that mint oil stuff that she's been putting on it to help with the healing and stuff. So
Nice.
Yeah. Kipper Snack question: When are you going to have Rose Rocco, and Mr. McVenom on the string? They were funnier strings last weekend. Rose is going to try to be on for tonight. He's going to be more of a guest on there. Mr. McVoltron a little bit harder because of when he works and stuff. So we'll see about that. But I wouldn't count on Mr. McVoltron. But yeah, Rose definitely is going to be on more. Hellenix. Question for the reels this time. Can y'all describe the mechanics and interplay between Onassis, Orzo, Jumani, Mission, and Big Z, please? I'm gearing those currently and haven't learned about their kits. Zali, you want to talk about this one, or Grande, or so one of you guys want to take that one, or Shadowville? I don't care.
It's, with that one though, it's just debug the DOTs, lots and lots of DOTs.
Mhm.
Well, it's not even really like that either, too. You know what I mean? Like, you're gonna use it on like defense, so you don't really have to understand the mechanics if you're not using it on offense, right? And not saying it's not a good team, and not saying it's not a good
I'll run
team.
it in
Like
GW here.
we like the way I've modded my Karth, I've modded him like you would for Greedo with like a bunch of crit chance, right? So that way he's always getting that turn meter from his AoE, and then when he does his basic, it's doing some decent damage. And then, you know, I mean, crit damage and crit chance for Canderous, with a lot of crit chance on there as well. Zalbar, I kind of went for health and protection. If you do slice the 60 mods, he's got a great health pool, but you can just slap a bunch of protection mods and a crit avoidance arrow on him. He's really good as well. And yeah, missions, offense, and crit chance. I mean, like, you just want your mission to have like a really good base offense. You know, like 1,000 to 1,200 at least offense on him or her for mods. So yeah, Juhani's the same way as well. Like, you can do, there's a couple of different ways. Like, you can go all crit chance to make her like spam her stagger on AoE, and you can go like health and protection again like Zalbar, so that she's healing back up really quick from the lead. And then you can split it into 2 teams for 3v3 like we talked about before with like Kira, Mission, Zalbar, and then Karth, Canderous, and Juhani.
Yeah, I'm running the team right now on GW, so you guys can see it in play, because mine are all gear 11, gear 12. I've got the Zetas on Karth and Mission. I am going to put the Zeta on Zalbar, and then after I finish some of these other characters I'm gearing, I'm going to finish them up to gear 12. They're just really good on defense. You can see how they work on offense. So we'll do that. Gav P question: What is the most optimal mod set for Zeta Kylo Ren lead? I've seen speed and health set or a critical damage, critical chance set being advised. What do you guys think?
Is it Kylo masked or unmasked?
Kylo Ren unmasked.
Yeah, I mean, I've changed it from like speed and health to like all tenacity. I mean, like a little bit of defense too, trying to make him as durable as possible, and then using those speed mods elsewhere. And then mainly, like the main concept used to be speed up your officer as fast as possible. Now it's a fast officer with a fast Kylo Ren, or replacing officer with like Varys or Enfys Nest or Shore Trooper, or B2 battle droid. But mainly you just want Kylo Ren Mask to be the fastest player on the team, so that way every time he's doing the AoEs, he's giving the team turn meter and he's going as much as possible.
Yeah, I've got speed and health on him, so I haven't messed with him in a while. You can. So
yeah, his mods have evolved a lot.
He's gonna get 30 speed,
and
so yeah, mine's like
Grand
250, and yeah, I focus more speed on officer, like you said. So, all right, next question, Particle question: Unlocking IPD soon. What gear level is he? What gear level is he effective at? Does he need to go gear 11, or does 8 or 9 survive long enough to go boom? It's 10 minimum. Ideally, you want him 11. I've got mine at 11 because he just dies. They'll target him, and he, for some reason, the AI loves killing him first. So at least gear 11. You can get away with the gear 10 if you're running, mods that will give him lots of health and protection. You want potency, obviously, but he is squishy as hell. And so having him at gear 11 is a big deal. You want that.
Yeah.
You want that, definitely.
Mine's been gear 9 for a long time, but only because like his utilities aren't so flexible for like territory wars and Grand Arena, right? Like if he dies, you're losing points, right? So that's like a save your butt at the end of the day kind of thing. And every time I try to get it to work, he's really squishy. So I'd at least say 10 or 11, like Ranger said.
Yeah, it's.
So this is interesting. I got up to go check on something because I heard an alarm go off in the other room. And it turns out we're getting 74 mile an hour winds out here. That was the wind meter going off.
Okay. Well, looks like Grim is going to be blown to Kingdom Come. So say goodbye to Grim. All right. Next question from Zala1111. Question: Is the RSG crew ready for OG Millennium Falcon tomorrow? I am not. Sorry.
Nope.
I'm working on it. You can see my Xanadu and IG. I'm farming the snot out of them, but can't make it. I can't make the drop rates any faster, so I will not be ready for the MILF. So
I will be. I am so excited. Because we started triple refreshing IG-2000's ship at the end of the event the last time around, so now I'm ready to go and get that maxed out.
yeah, I mean, unfortunately for me, I can put this back up. What am I doing?
The one thing I just want to say it out loud again. I'm probably sure I said it a couple of times the first time the event came around. I just think it's weird that they required Cad Bane's ship when he wasn't even like in that era for that ship. You know what I mean? Like, isn't it just weird for the requirement of that, right?
But yeah, will not be ready. Sorry, guys. Nothing I can do. I mean, the Revan farm was a priority, so I am working on that. I'm working on Anakin ship 2, and I'm working on finishing Houndstooth at 7 stars. So most of my farm now is ships, but I just don't have enough time. So
yeah, that's like for me. I'm gotta stay. Finish Revan, get Revan. Can't get anything else.
Yeah, pretty much.
I want to get it, but I can't.
Tilo Man 92 question: I have about 10,000 crystals, and with Falcon coming back tomorrow, should I spend a little to get my Han and Chewie up for my Rebel fleet? Depending on how many in my shard get it to keep getting one. You should want to gear Han and Chewie regardless of whether you have them MILF or not, because they're just nasty. For ships, I mean, all of your crew need to be 11, right? Ideally for the ships that you're using, so you get the most out of them with 5A mods. But those two characters specifically, outside of their ship, which will help you tremendously in your fleet, they're just nasty ass, badass characters that you want on there. So I would definitely invest in the gear and stuff. I would definitely do that. Would I spend crystals? Yeah. No. I mean, but if you want to round them up, if you're missing one or two, maybe spend a little bit, but I wouldn't go full board, because you could probably farm those in a couple days and finish them off to gear 12. So
yeah, I agree.
Don't save the crystals.
Especially like depending on, since we don't know what like your daily income is, like I would say don't spend over like 2,000. Like keep that good cushion that you have, and then that way you can climb back up to that 10,000 marker with your crystals. And the gear will come for Han and Chewie. Like everybody has this like concept that you have to like max gear 12 plus and 60 mods all over them. You don't need to do that either. Like, so just slow roll it and piece away at the team. You know what I mean? Like build the characters up while you can with the ship. Because those ship omegas, they don't come very fast, and it'll take a while just to max the ship out to get it to its full potential anyways.
Right. All right. Let's see. Next question.
Oh, Jesus, Captain Obvious. RSG broke my computer. Had to restart everything. The actions of Finity do not reflect the actions of the RSG crew.
I don't know how to say this name. Jaho Cavalcante. Question: Did anyone see the new Crumb puzzle? We did. We already discussed that. So, Ski Trooper question: what is a good crew counter when JTR has bigger fish to fry? I mean, so you can go Imperial Troopers if you outspeed them. That's one team that you can use. I've done that in the past. Typically, the teams I face don't, so I have to use JTR because the speeds are higher than what I can get on my IT. But
Rex Wampa works.
Rex Wampa,
Rex Wampa.
I mean, there are.
If you got Range Trooper too, and that Troopers team, like it just run over crew. Range Trooper and Death Trooper. Oh man, it's nasty.
So, the main thing to counter the team is buff immunity, stuff with buff that can apply buff immunity, and stuff that can apply healing immunity. Death Trooper, the Imperial Troopers. Why they run a bunch because he can do the OE.
Death
You
Mark,
can't do more. So,
And another two, you got. Oh, sorry. Go ahead.
Go ahead. I'm done.
Another two teams too, like we were talking about Ewoks earlier. Ewoks can do it if they're really geared, and then you also got the General Grievous team is good for crew teams too as well.
And Twitch is now Nightbot is freaking out.
If you use CLS to counter crew, don't use C3PO.
No. Paul Broccamonte question: should I Zeta the Khaleesi because Game of Thrones? #winter's coming. No, you should not. Doe Jason question: what is your guess on how we are getting Malik? I don't know how to spell it. Legend or Journey? It's going to be legendary.
I'm
wondering how they're going to do it too.
It's going to be a legendary. Just count on it.
What if they gave us a Starforge raid with him as the freaking prize?
Well, they could do that, but I mean, it's either that. It's not going to be a Journey event. I can tell you that right now. It's either going to be some kind of new raid or event, or it's going to be a legendary, straight up. So.
What if they max required the Old Republic characters in general, or Sith Empire in general? Sith Empire could see that.
Yeah. So. Gav P question: if I use Mission Big Z with a Zeta Karth Kander Shihana team, who's best to add the Kira L3 Vandor team? Does Young Han and Childish Landino make the team squishy? No, it doesn't. It makes the team. Because of what you've got in there with L3 and Vandor and those guys, we already discussed it earlier about young Lando. I mean, the team works really well on defense. The only thing is that Young Han, for some reason, does some stupid things, but the team still works.
Throw the dice.
Yeah,
he
but
never rolls his dice.
Yeah, he never does. But besides that, the team still does really, really well. I mean, it does really well.
Sharing the prepared mechanic in general,
share
having that
the load. What else? Any question? What do you think of Crumb's latest riddle? Cuz was up pretty late trying to figure it out. We already discussed that. Gav P question.
They're still trying to figure it out.
Gav P question for Ranger: how's the ankle? Hope it's healing up well. It's better. I can walk now like a normal human being again without limping. I'm still got a little bit of a limp. The swelling's down. It's still a little bit of swelling. I think one thing that I am going to do is, when I work out, I work out to work out just to stay in shape. But I am going to be doing some fasting, like 3-day fast of just water and stuff. I want to get some of this weight off me. Something a doctor friend of mine said will help with the ankle and the knee because of all.
Let
the
me
damage.
know when you do that. I'll go with you. I'll be your teammate for that.
I'm doing that.
I need to do it too.
I'm doing that today. I've already started. So.
Oh shit.
And then I've got the Pepto ready because tonight I will be eating the chocolate with Grande. So
that's right. We got some chocolate. We gotta handle.
Yeah. So it'll be a little bitty tiny piece, and so it's just gonna make my eyes water and stuff. It's gonna be funny, but it's not gonna do anything bad to me. So, all right. Ziglet question: is Z and Mission better with Karth or Kira? Juhani and Ordo Gear 12 no Zeta, Vander Gear 12 Zeta, L3 Gear 12. I like them on the team that I'm currently running right now. I really like this Old Republic team of Karth, Zalbar, Juhani, Mission, and Canderous. I think it's a really good team. Now, you can run it on the Kira Stall team. There's nothing wrong with that, but I just prefer it on this team and running that. I'm going to set up that solo team as another team. I mean, they're both really good. The synergies on those teams are really good. But if you're going to mix and match, I don't have any problem with that, but I would still say I like this team the way it's set up. It just operates and functions really well.
Well, then on top of that, you can always plug in another Scoundrel until they fix Young Han, right?
Sure.
And save Young Han for offense because he ramps up his damage so well. It can be a
Orson
good
in there.
short-handed killing team.
Put Embo in there. Good lord, look at
the bounty hunters. Yeah,
they work really well there. So there's lots of options for you. John Davies question: how do you think we'll get Darth Malik? Can I have a shout out to the Dark Lords whose guild I just joined? Cheers, Grande. You got a Dark Lord shout out there from John Davies.
Nice, John. We're glad you're here.
Doe Jason. Oh, he said, well, how do you think we'll get Darth Malik? I still think it's going to be a legendary.
Why do you call it Doe Jason? I always call it Doja Son.
No, you don't.
Well, Tits called him Do Jason,
Yes.
so that's his name from now on.
Yes, Doja.
I like Doja-san. It's like Japanese. It's like
I
Asian.
know, Grande, but it's for someone.
Doja-san.
For someone.
Hello,
Who,
Doja-san.
Oh God.
Doja-san. How you doing, Doja-san?
all right, we're
Oh.
moving on.
Come on, man.
I'd like to apologize to all the Oriental people out there.
It's
in the
meant
world.
as a term of respect.
No,
Golly,
it's
come
no,
on,
no,
guys.
no. I'd like to apologize to all Asians and especially the Japanese culture for Grande.
The brain damage of Grande does not
No,
reflect the brain damage of the rest of the RSG.
It really doesn't. No. Doja-san, question: for territory wars, do you make one Han team or split them?
Boom! Grande is correct. Look at that. I'm telling you. Big
What?
deal in
What?
the house.
What?
Doja-san.
I know it's Doja-san. I'm not
He
saying that
tells
it's.
me I'm correct.
You're. Not, I didn't say you weren't correct. We're just calling him Do Jason because of the mistake.
Oh, okay.
You know, you've had quite a few of those in your day, Grande. Or do you want us to hashtag go through all the mess ups and name changes you've caused? That's what I thought.
Listen, Ranger, 1977.
See.
Don't make me.
77 was a good year.
Yeah. Question: for territory wars, do you make one Han team or split them for 4 and 1? OG Han or 3 and 2. If I split, use respective Chewies. I don't.
Don't split it.
No.
I was going over that last night with Van Seal, and he was pointing out how powerful the ultimate Han team will be. It's the bonuses that they're getting this April for territory wars is going to be brutal. It's going to make the clones look like, you know, child's play. When the clones had their insane buff.
Well, that's another thing too. Is like, do you just put them all under a Stormtrooper Han lead and just go to town? Like, put all 5 of them on the same team?
Yep.
Yeah.
The one that we were talking about that his bonuses and effects to the team aren't that great, and that's veteran Han. You might be able to swap him out for somebody else, like regular Chewbacca. You know, the OG Chewbacca.
The big thing is like the team itself. Like, if you go in there with something that can't be stunned, like Darth Revan or Jedi Knight Revan, I think you'd have a really good chance.
Yeah, but he'd still get nailed by all those first shots because all of the Hans are getting Raid Han shoot first ability.
Yeah, so at that point, like, your best bet is like putting in a team that, like Jedi Knight Revan with Joel Lee, and a really survivable team. At that point, that's your best bet. Something that way, like, you can protect Joel Lee with like 2 tanks, maybe like both Bens or something like that. It's gonna be tough.
All right. Next question from What Else 73. Question: do you expect a big announcement for your stream tonight? Possibly. We could get something. If not tonight,
Or a client restart.
yeah, we'll get something. Usually they tend to drop right before we stream, and then we scramble, and that's all right. They're on their schedule, not ours. If not, it'll be tomorrow possibly, but we'll see. Proper catch question: what is the minimal gear level for the BB-8 events? 8.
I would agree with that.
Yeah.
Yeah, that one's not really much of a gear check if I remember.
No, it's
correctly.
just a star check. Proper catch question: I have Savage.
And we use Phasma.
Huh? I didn't hear
I
that.
was just messing around. I was messing around saying back in my day we had to use Phasma leads, so you got.
Oh well, yeah.
Back
Science.
in my day.
Yeah, back in my day, we didn't have air. We breathed carbon dioxide and died, and that's the way we liked it.
I was waiting for one of you to catch it. I was like, wait for it.
Flibbity, flabbity, flubbity. Proper catch. I have Savage, Newt, Ugnaught, Cup, and Nevitt left in the SA store. Do I continue 7-star them or farm prestige? I do have Chimera and Home 1 maxed. I would farm Savage.
Yes, I love Savage. He was one of my first couple Zetas and one of my first Gear 11 characters, and I still find a way to use him today. I mean, I've been putting him in on Territory Wars, or not Territory Wars, but Grand Arena, I put him down as the 5th under the Sith Triumvirate, or the Sith Empire Triumvirate with Shore Trooper or Sith Trooper. Got him all over the place. But he's been great for me, and I mean that team's been getting more than 2 olds for me these last 2 Grand Arenas, and I plan on putting him there for a while. So stay tuned.
Yeah, and since they fixed his AI, it actually worked. He works a lot better now too.
Oh yes, I love it. I love it. Me and Finn like had a riot when it happened. We were like, yeah.
All right. Let's just check and see if there's any more questions. I think we might be good. Let me look here one more time. Again, Finn screwed me. I'm on quadruple duty again. Nope, that's the last question. So that rounds up our lunch stream for today. Now, guys, we do have our big, huge stream tonight, the longest running live stream in the Galaxy of Heroes community. That'll be at 8 p.m. Eastern. So the best way to know about it is to subscribe to the channel or follow us on Twitch. If you haven't followed us on Twitch, please do. But that is the best way to know what time we're streaming any of our live streams. And you can definitely check us out tonight, 8 p.m. Eastern. We'll break down all the latest news and notes from Star Wars Galaxy of Heroes and give you a little bit of insight on what it all means. Why is my team attacking Old Ben? Go after Yoda. I swear the AI does some stupid stuff. Kill that little frog. Now you can go.
What are you on right now? I don't even know what you're on.
GW. I'm just running the car team.
Okay, I was just noticing there was no timer, and so I was like, what?
Yeah, I'm doing PP. Yeah, just showing GW. Someone asked about the team, so I've got him gear 11, 12. I thought I'd show him.
Oh yeah,
off
that's perfect.
Yeah. So, but yeah, so check that out tonight. Make sure you give us a thumbs up on the video. Stop what you're doing, give us a thumbs up on the video. And if you'd like to support the channel, check out our Patreon. We love our Patreon supporters. Everything that we get from YouTube and things of that nature, guys, goes back into the stream. So the reason we're able to do dual streaming and have high quality stuff and do the stuff that we're doing is because of donations from you guys and supporting our channel that way. So every little bit counts and every little bit matters. So please, if you'd like to sponsor us, there's lots of ways you can do the Patreon. If you don't want to do that, you just want to give directly, you can go to our YouTube page. You can support the channel there. Just go to YouTube and say support our channel. You can donate directly to PayPal. People like to do that too. So yeah. So on behalf of myself and the crew, thank you guys for stopping in today. We very much appreciate it. Appreciate all your support. So have a great rest of the day. We'll see you tonight at 8 p.m. Eastern. And until then, rock and roll.